The Detroit Pistons just lost their 25th straight game. And people are wondering what is wrong with the Detroit Pistons. When you lose 25 straight games, right? There has to be a reason. There has to be a singular reason that you are playing as bad as you're playing and that you just can't seem to get a win. And I'm going to tell you exactly what is wrong with the Pistons and why it's really nobody's fault. Here's something that you don't hear every day. The NBA is hard. The NBA, and this is why I think it was, I get it, don't get me wrong, but I think it was hilarious and I think it was interesting to hear the rhetoric that was around when Noah Lyles was pretty much talking about the difference between a world championship and an NBA championship. And how NBA players or the NBA shouldn't call it the world championship. The NBA has the best players in the world in the association. Whether they're foreign, whether they're American born, they have the best players in the NBA. That's why there is a leaps and bounds difference between the talent level in the NBA than there is in college and a lot of times overseas. Because the best of the best, the ones that weren't able to fall through the cracks, made it to the NBA. And with the NBA being as challenging as it is, your margin for error has shrunk. And I talk about that a lot, the margin of error. And these are the best of the best. Think about it. Even on the worst teams, even on this Detroit Pistons team, they have a whole world player in Cade Cunningham. Like, it's tough every day, every night in the NBA. And what you're realizing and what is almost impossible to refute is how younger players struggle. Because this is different than anything that they're used to. This is different than AAU. This is different than high school. This is different than college. This is different than anything they're used to, because when you play, let's say college, let's just keep it in college. When you play in college, in your entire schedule for a year, you might play 2 or 3 NBA caliber players. Think about that statement. In college, on any given night, Cade Cunningham went to Oklahoma State. On any given night, you could be playing, well, not any given night. The entire season, you can play maybe 2 or 3 NBA players. That doesn't take away from how good college is, but NBA players, you're probably playing maybe 3 or 4 for your entire season. In the NBA, listen to this, man. In the NBA, in fact, let me pull up something real quick. Let me pull up their schedule. And I'm not going to, talk about the entire 25 game losing streak, but let's just start with the Nuggets. No, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's start with the Thunder. I actually probably will go 25 games. The Thunder, you have to play Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Trailblazers, you have to go against Anthony Simons. The Pelicans, you have to go against Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram. The Suns, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. The Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. The Bucks, even though you did lose by 2, the Bucks still got to go against Giannis and what's his name? Damian Lillard. The 76ers, Joel Embiid. The Bulls, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. The Hawks, Trae Young. The Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell. The Raptors, Pascal Siakam. The Nuggets, Nikola Jokic. The Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton. The Wizards, Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma. The Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. The Cavaliers again, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. Well, he's out. The Grizzlies, Desmond Bane, because I know John Moran didn't play. Desmond Bane, Derrick Rose, Jaren Jackson Jr. The Magic, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner. Tyrese Halliburton again. You have to go against Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey twice. And the worst one was definitely the Jazz the other night because everyone was out. But what I'm saying is, and what I'm trying to convey is, it's tough in the NBA. And I'm not shooting nobody bail. It's tough. And when you're one of the youngest teams in basketball, if not the youngest team in basketball, it's going to take a lot of adjustment. Now, yes, I don't think it just falls on youth. I think that Monty Williams and some of his rotations are bad. I think that Cade Cunningham hasn't been as great as he should be. I mean, especially talking about turning the ball over. I don't know what the hell is going on with Jaden Ivey, because I don't know why the hell Killian Hayes is still playing more minutes than him. But this is a team figuring out how to be NBA players. It's very rare. You're not going to get someone that's just ready for the league. I know that the players are better now than they've ever been, but you're not going to just – it's very rare that you get players that are just ready for the league. The people that are ready for the league, you know what we call those, like, that just, like, as soon as you get drafted, you're ready for the league. You know what we call those players? Stars. Hell, even Wemby, once in a generation. Wemby, the San Antonio Spurs are struggling with them. It takes time, man, and this team is learning how to win. They're learning how to win. And in learning how to win means that there's a lot of losing. Again, I think that one thing has to be established, or one thing has to be given to this team, and that's the one thing that sports don't usually allow, and that's patience. I agree with Cade Cunningham. He said that they're not a 2-26 team. I agree to a sense of they have talent, and the talent bodes more than 2-26, but their record is what it is. And this is what it looks like when your entire team is trying to figure out how to win, not just a player. Because people ask, like, hey, not every player, like Steph Curry, they weren't this bad. The Golden State Warriors weren't this bad. Or, when we talk about the Bucks, when Giannis with the Bucks, they weren't this bad. The 76ers weren't this bad with Joel Embiid. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets weren't this bad. Yeah, that's one player. Again, you're talking about the youngest, if not one of the most or youngest teams in the league. The whole team is trying to figure out how to win. And it doesn't just happen in a microwave, and you learn quickly. But the one thing about the NBA, in sports in general is losing can do one of two things. It can be a very powerful tool in showing you how to win and showing you things that you have to develop to not lose anymore, or you can get comfortable with losing and that just becomes your identity. And I think that the Pistons have such a young team and a young, hungry team. I mean, you have Durant, you have Ivy, you have Cade Cunningham. I think that they have the youth to climb out of this. But this is what it takes. I'm gonna proclamate it today. When we look up, let's say 3 to 4 years from now, this Pistons team will be light years better than it is right now. I'm not saying championship caliber. I'm not saying that, but they will be much better now in 3 to 4 years than they are right now, especially if they have the same core. It just takes time. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.